Hi everyone. In this video, we'll solve this problem, which is container with most water. Let's read the question. You are given an integer array height of length n. There are n vertical lines drawn such that two endpoints of the ith line are I, 0 and I, height of I. Find two lines such that x-axis form a container and the container contains the most water. Return the maximum amount of water a container can store. Notice that you may not slant the container. So this is a medium level question, but I think if you get the logic, we'll be able to solve it in an easy way. So we are given the input as the heights of the container. We need to find the container which is storing the maximum amount of water. So as per this input, we have this container which is storing the maximum amount of water. There are other containers also, like this container. This is also storing some amount of water. But we need to find the maximum amount of water a container can store. So the answer is the bigger container. In the question, it was mentioned that there are two endpoints of ith line, I, 0 and I, height of I. That means I is the index that we'll take and height is the input that is given. I, 0 and I, height of I. I, 0 will start at 0 and I, height of I. Now we can solve this question by calculating the area of the container. I have taken the input. I have taken the input height as the length and the index as the width. So these are the indexes and the y-axis have the heights, which is as the input. We'll solve this question using two pointers. I pointer will be at the 0th index and j pointer will be at the last index of the input, the size of the input. To calculate the area, we'll multiply length into width. Let's dry run it. I pointer is at 0, which is 1. J pointer is at 8, which is 7. So we need to find the minimum height and store it. Minimum of height of I and height of j. Now why we are storing the minimum value? Because if we store the maximum value, then there has to be something at the left hand side which should hold the water. Like if we take this value, then there's nothing to hold the water. So it will overflow. There has to be something to hold the water. So we have to take the minimum height of ith and j pointer. So the minimum height is 1. Minimum of 1 comma 7 is 1. Now we have found the length. We'll have to calculate the width. To calculate the width, we'll subtract the jth pointer with ith pointer. J minus I, which is 8 minus 0. Now 1 into 8 is 8. So we have the answer as 8. This container will store the water as 8. So we'll store the value of the container in an answer variable. And we'll compare every time we calculate the area. Now let's move forward. One thing we need to keep in mind whether we are calculating the minimum of height of I and height of j. Whichever height is minimum, we need to move that pointer. Suppose here ith pointer was minimum. So we need to move the I pointer forward. And in the case jth pointer's height is smaller, then we need to reduce the jth pointer. We'll move forward to the first index, which is at 8. Height of I is 8, height of j is 7. Because we haven't moved the jth pointer, I pointer is at index 1. So minimum of 8 comma 7 into j minus I, which is 8 minus 1. 7 into 7, which is 49. So 49 is greater than 8. So we'll store the answer value as 49. Now we'll move next. I pointer will move forward because the length, not I pointer, this time jth pointer will move backward because the length of jth pointer was smaller. So j pointer will come here. So minimum of I pointer is 8. J pointer is at 3. Minimum of 8 comma 3 is 3 into j minus I. 7 minus, where is jth pointer? 7. Ith pointer is at 1. 3 into 6, 18. So 18 is not greater than 49. So we'll move forward. Like this, we need to traverse the whole array. And at the end, we'll have to return the answer, which will store the maximum value. Let's look at the code part. We are given an array of heights. We need to find the area of the container, which is length into width. We'll take 2 pointers, right pointer and left pointer. In the above example, I have taken I and j pointer. You can take right or left or anything. So the right pointer will be at the end of the index, the last index of the input array, which is height dot size minus 1. Left index as 0. Answer variable as int min, because we are going to store the maximum value in the answer variable. So we are declaring it as the minimum value, which is int min. Now while left is less than right, I forgot to tell you one thing. While moving the pointers, if I and j pointer crosses each other, then we have to stop. So this is that condition. While left pointer is less than right, if height of left is less than height of right, we'll calculate the maximum of height of left into right minus left, comma answer. Now we are doing maximum because we are comparing it with the answer that we have stored. Like in the first pass that we have done, the answer was 8. In the next pass, the answer was 49. Then the answer was 18. So we need to find the maximum value. So we are calculating the max of answer. We are storing these values in the answer variable. So we are calculating the max of height of left if left is lesser, and this is length, this is width. Right minus left and answer. Then because the left height is lesser, we'll move the left pointer. Else, if the height of right pointer is less, we'll multiply height of right into the width. And we'll compare it with the answer variable and we'll find the max. We'll reduce the right pointer. Right pointer is at the end, so we'll reduce it. Left pointer is at 0, so we'll increase it. At the end, we'll return answer because the maximum area will be stored in the answer variable after calculating the max of heights. Now about the time and space complexity. The time complexity will be O of n and the space complexity will be constant. I have submitted the same code here. Let's run it. The time complexity is O of n, because we are traversing the whole array till the end, because we are having two pointers I and j, so there will be a point that they will cross each other. So we are traversing the whole array. The time complexity is O of n, and we are not storing anything anywhere, so the space complexity is constant. I'll post the link of my code in the comment section, and you can take a look. If you have any doubts, please do reach out to me. Thank you.